subscribe. Darling Radio. Like and subscribe.
Realist, what's up, Realist?
Hey, how are you doing, Tariq?
I'm good, Realist. You're East European. Where you from?
I'm American.
Yeah, but I know you're American, but is your family Eastern European? I hear an Eastern European accent.
Actually Western. I'm Belgian, Dutch, French, English, Irish, Scottish. I'm a like a white mutt.
Okay. Well, when your family get here?
Before 1776, I have a certificate actually that says I'm a son of the American Revolution. So, before 1776, my family was here for the American Revolution. So,
Really?
yes.
Okay. What's on your mind?
So I want to say this in the most non-confrontational ways possible. I just want your opinion.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to upset you or anyone else. I'm just wondering what your opinion is about this. Um, so recently, from everything I understand, white American birth rates have surpassed Black American birth rates. It was at 1.53, and now white American birth rates, they're at a single at one single point higher than Black American birth rate. So it's like 1.54 for white Americans, and it's 1.53 now for Black Americans. I was just wondering if you've heard about that and what you think about, because, and and it's okay. It's okay that you make fun of white people. It's fine. You say we have low birth rates and stuff, but I'm just wondering what you think about white Americans now. According to everything I understand, maybe you have a different understanding, but I believe white Americans have a higher birth rate now than Black Americans when you don't count in the Caribbean and African and all of these other Black immigrants. What do you think about that?
Well, what you're saying, it's from what I'm looking up now, is incorrect. According to the CDC, the total fertility rate for non-Hispanic Black women, that's 100. That's, well, 16. What, I'm trying to read these numbers.
It should be between 1.5 something to 2 point, because the replacement rate is 2.01. So, from what I understand,
Yeah, okay, but yeah, conclusion. It says the CDC says Black women currently have a higher fertility rate than non-Hispanic.
yeah, yes, but they also have much higher abortion
Yeah.
rates as
And now
well.
you're trying to mix in stuff. You're trying to,
No, 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 no,
but
no, no. I'm not.
but yeah, we ain't doing abortions like that. And white women, you leaving that out. White women get abortions too. You leaving?
No, yes, they do, but not at the same
Yes,
rate
they
as
do. And
Black
then
women do.
most abortions are white women, but y'all try to do the perfect
But
thing.
but Tariq, I'm not denying that. I'm not.
So,
I
so
agree
to put
that.
it in context, your birth rates are lower.
Okay.
Listen, your birth rates are lower. Plus, white women out here getting these abortions, so that's even worse, right?
No, because I think that the abortion rate for Black women is actually at least 3 times higher than it is for white women.
No, no. Well, because if you mix everybody in, now that's when you mix in the Caribbeans and the Africans and all of that stuff. Yeah, you mix all that in, but I don't think that's the case for FBA.
But don't you think that they're mixing in like Hispanic and Arab abortion rates for white people though?
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Even
Because
though,
a lot of them don't get abortions like that.
but even though when there's crimes reported in statistics about racial demographics, and you see like an Arab guy with a name like Al Khomeini Salam Alaikum or whatever, and it says he's white,
Yeah.
uh, you don't think they're mixing in people like
Yeah,
that with
but as far
abortion
as
rates
abortion,
for white
a lot of
people?
Arabs and people who are practicing Islam, they don't really get abortions like that.
Well, yeah, but okay. Well,
But your
there's
community, the
the
white women, Becky and Karen, they're getting a lot of abortion.
Tariq. Black women get a lot of
But yeah,
abortions. You know
a
that.
lot. But you're talking about a lot of Caribbean and African women included. So I'm talking about foundation of
Well,
black.
but isn't that like 20% of the black population now in America, I believe?
Yeah, the abortion rate started shooting up when there was a lot of immigration. So it's not, you got some women out here doing abortions, but ain't all FBA women like that. So you're mixing in a lot of these non-FBAs there too. Bottom line, the black birth rates are still higher. Y'all birth rates is very, it's you can't replenish them at this point. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do when
Well,
you're going to,
okay, Tariq.
listen, no,
Uh,
we're talking turkey here now. Come on now, slow down.
no, yeah, and sorry, my friend just called me, so I just kind of interrupted what I was hearing from you. But um, I understand your sentiment and what you're saying. You're trying to say that white uh birth rates are lower than black birth rates,
Yeah,
but sorry.
they are. White birth rates are much lower. They are not just,
What?
but
But
globally. But yeah,
okay. You say that, but can you give me a number? Because from what I see, just based on what I see 1.53, and Black Americans and white Americans are both at 1.53, but white Americans are slightly higher than Black Americans, and they're
no,
both at
that's not true.
1.53.
That's not true. That's not true.
What number do you see?
I'm looking at the CDC, and it's saying that the birth rates for the white community is very, very low.
Well, no. But you're saying low, but you're not giving a number.
Yeah, I gave it already. I'm not going to repeat it. I'm not. I don't do that.
Well, I never heard it, Tariq.
Yeah,
And
I gave it earlier, so I don't want to keep saying the same thing over and over again. So you're trying to kind of cope. You know those birth rates.
no,
No,
listen.
they and look, some different people have said that the white people in America, you're going to be the minority by 2050.
Yeah, but what is that even good for the country? Like, do you want more people from India living around you than white people? Like, is that even good?
What? Who said that was going to be the option? I didn't.
Well, okay. Then what are the other options? Pakistan, Malaysia, Indonesia. What are the other options? Sudan.
I'm just going to be black and do my thing. I don't know. It's not.
Well, yeah. I mean, and
I'm
I
still
think
going to
that's how white people feel too.
foundation of black Americans are still going to be here. We're not going nowhere. So now you guys are going to be the minority. So how's that going to work out? What are you guys going to do?
Everyone's going to be a minority.
No, well, we're already a minority, so we're good. So what do you guys?
Yeah, but no single group is going to be over 51%. and as time goes on, I think in hundreds of years from now, or even 100 years from now,
Hold on.
there's going to be so many countries
Let me get
where there's
let me get look. I got my brother Marcel. Let me get brother Marcel in here. Brother Marcel, hop on in, sir. I'm good, brother. How are you?
Address some of the fallacies this guy is saying. You can't have it both ways. You can't say that the white fertility rate has surpassed the black fertility rate. A lot of times when you say white people in America like to include all these non-white groups. Y'all are including East Indians. Y'all are including black Hispanics. Y'all are including people from North Africa.
Hi.
Y'all are including people from the Middle East. Y'all are including people from Asia. And then you turn around and say the white crime rate is high because of these same groups that you want to claim for fertility purposes. Then y'all turn around and say the black crime rate is high, but then you say that we can't include African and Caribbeans in our fertility rate, but you include them in our crime rate. You cannot have it both ways. That's
no I
first of all.
no I'm just
Excuse,
pointing
I mean,
out.
excuse me. Hold on. Number two, I actually did research on the numbers. There are far more white women in this country. Let's just not even get into who's white, who's not. There are far more white women in this country than there are black women, right? And yet, white women have about 1.5 million babies per year. Black women are still having like 600, around 600,000 babies per year. So we are above replacement rate in like 12 to 20 states. There is no state where white people are above replacement rate. The white population dropped by like 20% according to this last census. And that's with y'all counting all these other groups as white. So it's absolutely a lie that the white fertility rate has surpassed the black fertility rate. It's a lie.
Well,
And
it
just keep
I,
in mind, I'm sorry. Hold on. Let's keep in mind the census makes it very, very clear that the black population, at a minimum, it's probably more, but at a minimum, the black population is undercounted. In 2010, when President Obama was going around bragging about how good of a job he did with the census said they undercounted black Americans by 800,000. Come to find out, I hate the NAACP. I hate the National Action Network. I hate these other little so-called pro-black groups, but the National Urban League. But I will give them credit. They went through the census numbers and it came to find out that Barack Obama's census undercounted Black Americans by 4 million people. This 2020, they undercounted Black Americans at a minimum by 4%. There are lots of studies out there that says it was even more. So let's just keep those numbers in mind right there, and I land
There
there.
you go. Thank
Okay, I hear that. And again, it's not about trying to pit our two groups against each other. I'm just looking at what I'm seeing. I agree that all of these different demographics are counted in with white people, and for Black Americans, it's the same, but vice versa. And you have all of these African immigrants or Caribbean immigrants, whatever, that are counted in. It's not about pitting each other. We shouldn't be pitted against each other. We should be pitted against the people above us, honestly. But um, I'm just pointing out something that I'm seeing, and as far as I know, I've never seen white, because Black Americans have always historically, typically, had a much higher fertility rate, a birth rate, than white Americans have had, especially before, say, 1900. So or after 1900, I should say. Sorry. So I'm just interested in seeing that it's just a number to me. I'm just looking at a number, and to me, it seems like the birth rates for white Americans, the fertility rate is certainly uh, catching up or coming out to be even with Black American fertility rates, and it's within a few decimal points of being the same, if it's not
but
already the same.
not because of anything that's being done physically. That's just number manipulation, as our brother
Well,
Marcel
I
suggested.
disagree with that. I disagree with that.
Happen, because what y'all do, y'all let certain people be classified as white. Y'all start letting certain Asian.
Yeah, but you let Caribbeans and Africans be classified as Black,
Well, no,
right?
y'all do that. Y'all do that.
Well,
Why you
well,
start that?
you say y'all like an average white person has any
Okay,
control.
slow down. You're not going to talk over me. Yeah, because when you start talking about abortion rates, yeah, it's not a lot of foundational Black Americans doing that in epidemic proportions. You have a lot of Caribbean and African women doing that too. So you got to count them in. Just like with them AIDS stats, when they were running around talking about all Black women got all this AIDS and HIV, a lot of them were foreign women, especially out there in DC and places like that where there's a lot of immigrants. I would talk to nurses out there, and they would tell me a bunch of them immigrant women come in with HIV all the time. I'm not saying that to denigrate them, but it was them coming over with that because Obama lifted the ban. You couldn't come over here if you had diseases at one point. Obama lifted that thing. He said, hey, if you got a disease, you still have a right to come on over here. So let's put everything in context. Put everything in context. That's why we are delineating so we don't get mixed in with every damn thing. So all of these numbers don't be all janky. That's the main reason why we're delineating. And foundational Black Americans, our birth rates are fine, our numbers are fine. The abortion rates are not in epidemic proportions. Yeah, there's people who get abortions, but that's based on socioeconomic um, things that were instigated by the white supremacists. So the problem is still white supremacy. So
But one thing I would like to say is, you know how there's this conceptualization of the one big N word, right? So there's this idea that if you group all of the Black people in America together, you call it the one big N word.
right.
Are you you know what I'm talking about?
Mhm. Yeah.
So I think that same concept holds true for white people as well, because I think what happens is that all white people in America get grouped together, and then we also get grouped with Hispanics and Arabs and Whoever else
You know
might
why?
be.
And you should, because you guys are the ones who maintain all the institutions. See, we
No,
black people,
the average white person doesn't maintain the institutions.
yes, you do. Oh, yes, you do.
We aren't administrators at Harvard, Tariq.
You don't have
But
to be, but you maintain the institutions. You maintain the institutions that you won't maintain, and you all maintain the institutions of white supremacy. Y'all work as a group when it comes to maintaining white supremacy.
the white guy talking to you on a Friday night who is completely friendly to you is maintaining white
Yep,
supremacy.
because your attitude towards me. See, white supremacy is not about emotions. It's about power and dominance. So yeah, you will sit up here. Let me tell you something. You'll sit up here and be my best friend right now. Hey, I'm your buddy. I love the Wu-Tang Clan.
I don't sound like that, Tariq.
Yo, have you heard yourself?
I'm not a country person,
Have you
Tariq.
heard yourself, sir?
Yes, I sound like I come from the north.
Uh,
I'm not a
I didn't
country
didn't
person.
do a country accent, sir. I didn't do
I can't do a country
I did
accent,
do a
Tariq.
country accent, but sir, you have to listen to yourself. You sound like a white man.
Well, no, because I'm trying to reason with you.
But we're talking. I'm not beating up on you. Calm down. This isn't hostile. I'm giving you a lesson here.
It is kind of hostile,
It's
but
not.
okay.
It's not hostile whatsoever. There's no anger. This is a lesson. I'm.
Well, I know you're not angry, but at the same time you're denigrating, but it's
Oh, no,
fine.
no, no. Who did I denigrate?
Well, it just your tone, the behavior.
Okay, you're projecting, sir. I didn't denigrate any.
Well, I, oh, I'm not insulting you, but okay,
Nobody
whatever. Go.
insulted you. I haven't insulted you once.
Yeah. Well, again, it's the tone, but
It's not,
it's fine. It's okay.
I'm
It's fine.
whispering. I'm not.
And that's I'm white and I
Good
say so.
Lord, I'm not even whispering. I'm
Oh God, not this. I'm white and I say so. Please,
sir.
come
The
on.
tone. I'm not even hostile. I'm calm as a feather. I'm sitting. My wife's
Oh,
over here taking.
okay. All right. Okay. My
I'm,
bad. I'm sorry. I'm
I'm
sorry. Go ahead. I'm
and my
sorry.
wife sitting up here chilling.
Okay. All right. All right. My bad.
Okay,
Go ahead.
calm down. You a lot of anxiety. Calm down. Calm down. Okay, can you calm down? Just calm down. You got.
Yes, I
Do you
can.
have any Sunny Delight in the house? You can take a swig of that. I know a lot of white people have Sunny Delight.
I do not drink alcohol, but thank
That's
you.
not alcohol, sir. Good Lord.
Oh.
Boy, you
Okay. Well.
all the negative shit on black people. I didn't say nothing about no alcohol.
Well, I don't know what Sunny Delight is. I'm sorry.
Wait,
Okay.
white man, you know what Sunny Delight is? I don't believe that.
Oh, you're talking about the orange juice, I
Yeah,
think, right?
yes, all y'all
Okay.
Sunny Delight. Uh,
Well, I drink those fruit drinks from Costco, actually, personally. But
okay. Like I said, how y'all maintain the system of white supremacy? You can sit here and you be my best friend. Hey, we buddies. Hey, we love you. We love rap. We love all that. But the thing is, the same person, the same white person who sits here and act like my buddy, they'll go on a jury and acquit a race soldier for harming a black person. That's maintaining the system.
well, it depends what the black person did.
Right. It depends on what the white supremacists did. Right?
Well, it trust me, Tariq. If I saw a white person just shoot a black kid in the head for no reason, I would say, yeah, put that person in jail. But that's not really what happens. So
It's not.
no,
Black
I
folks
don't
gonna
think so. 99% of the time, no, it's not.
so yeah, they're not just shooting black folks in the back all willy-nilly.
You're talking about one specific case from like 8 years ago, I think, right?
No, there's several cases. There's a case recently where a black kid got shot in the back and his dad ran down another officer out there in Ohio.
Oh yeah. Rodney
Hinton, yeah, right,
something.
Hinton, yeah. His son.
Yeah, well, yeah, but Tariq, does that make sense? Killing someone who isn't even related to the crime?
Does it make sense killing somebody and then lying about it based on race?
Well, I don't know that they lied about it. That will have to be found out in a trial.
Yeah, they lied about it. They lied.
Well, how do you know that? Do you have access to
I
uh
got eyes. I saw the video, and the dad saw the video. That's what made the dad say, "Okay, well,
have you never falsely claimed that police officers have done something to black people that they didn't do?
sir." But they do stuff to black people all the time, and
Yeah, okay, no. I agree that they do stuff to black people that they shouldn't do, but not all the
they
time and
do.
not as
Yes,
much.
they do.
Not as much as you make it
They
seem
do.
like, Tariq.
They do it enough. They wage war on. There's
Well,
war on black.
okay. Then let me bring this up.
There's war
At,
on black.
about
They wage warfare on black people
about 2 times more white men are killed annually by police than there
because
are black men
more white people
killed by
shoot at
police.
cops. That's
Huh?
because more white people shoot at the police. Black folks get
Oh,
armed.
wait,
Black people, no,
wait.
more white people shoot police.
Isn't that like per capita though?
No, more white people shoot police. That's the only reason they get shot. They get shot because they shoot at the police for the most part. White people will bust on the police at the drop of a hat. Black people get shot and don't have nothing in their hand. Black people get shot in the back from running from the police because
Tariq,
war.
this is simply not true.
That's absolutely true, sir. Everybody,
No,
and why you think there's protest all over the place against police brutality and defunding police, sir? Why you think that is?
because
Everybody's
uh, because some people like burning down things for no good reason.
So yeah, everybody just decided, hey, let's burn down Target because we're bored. Really?
I mean, there's a lot of different kinds of people involved in a protest.
Right.
Um,
So everybody's lying about
no, I'm not saying that. I'm saying a certain percentage are just looking for a reason to
FBI.
destroy something.
The FBI says that there are a bunch of white supremacists that infiltrated law enforcement. The FBI verified this.
Well, I'm sure, given that there's so many of us, I'm sure that some white people have infiltrated certain positions.
Yeah,
But
so that's not a problem.
well, I don't
See,
know. That's hard to answer, Tariq.
it's
That's
not
hard to
really.
answer.
No, it's a yes or no. Yeah, that's it. The answer should be yes. If it's hard to answer, that means you're maintaining the system of white supremacy. So you can't play the, oh, I'm just the innocent, poor little white guy. You are the problem, sir. You are part of the problem.
I don't have any power in that
Yes, you
situation,
do.
so
Yet, if you get in a jury pool, you are the problem, sir. You have the power.
I assess that
Yeah.
situation accurately and I
And
make an
listen to
analysis
listening to
and
what you're saying, you will sit here and go along with whatever narrative the police will say. You said 9%
no,
situations,
no,
we're justified in getting harmed by these cops. Yeah,
no,
yeah.
no. It, Tariq, I
I
promise you, if I
know
saw
you
a black
wouldn't.
child
No,
get
you
shot,
wouldn't. What
it
would you?
yes,
Okay, you saw
I
a black
would.
child get shot, then what?
If I saw a black child get shot by the police for no reason, I would definitely uh, indicate that that cop is guilty of murdering someone. I wouldn't defend an obvious case of
Name,
homicide.
a-
I wouldn't do that.
name one case where you think a cop got off and they shouldn't have for killing a black kid. Name one case.
I'm not I don't think about these things on a daily basis. That's not what I'm thinking about. So I can't I Tariq, you don't need to play the frog noises.
That's
I
crickets.
appreciate that.
Hearing crickets.
Uh
Okay.
oh, sorry, crickets.
Hey, how
Sorry.
was George Floyd killed?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. How was George Floyd? Did George Floyd get killed or did he die of fentanyl?
Well, you want me to say that he was killed by a police officer. You're going to say that if I say he died of fentanyl, that's a white supremacist answer. Uh, so
Just
I
what's
I
tell me
believe
what do you think? What did you
I think that having your knee on someone's neck for a certain amount of time probably would likely lead to someone being more likely to die.
but
So no, not but anything. You're trying to get me to defend something that I don't even want to
sir,
defend.
I'm asking you, do you
Like
think that George Floyd died of fentanyl or was he murdered?
I think that putting your knee on someone's
I
neck
didn't
can lead to someone dying.
was he murdered? You're trying to talk around it, sir. Was he murdered? Did Daniel was
Well, I don't know.
you didn't
Honestly, I don't
see what
know.
we saw? You don't know?
I no, I saw what you saw. That's why I would not put my knee if I was a police officer.
So
I would not put my knee on someone's neck like
somebody
that.
to death is putting his knee on his neck. That he did more than put his knee on his neck. He killed him.
What, like putting his knee on his neck really hard? What do you
Yeah, it's
mean?
called choking.
Uh, I think it's called suffocating
Same
actually,
thing.
but Yeah, I wouldn't do that, Tariq. I would
So
not do that. So I don't know.
that Derek Chauvin murdered George Floyd.
It okay. Cricket noises. You know, if
Okay,
it's possible, it's certainly
thank you.
possible that that
I'm not
led to
going to
his
hear
death.
Mayo babble. That's all. There you go. All right. All right. That's all we need to know. I'm not just going to have Mayo babble all night. We know where you stand. That's my point. Thank you, sir. All right. We're not going to Mayo babble. That's white supremacy right there, ladies and gentlemen. That's white supremacy in a nutshell. Just because white supremacy just because white supremacy is friendly, that doesn't mean it's not white supremacy. See, I let that go on as a lesson to the family. Just because the white supremacists are being friendly, don't think that they're less effective. It's still about maintaining a system that dominates black people. They play good cop, bad cop. He thinks just because he ain't yelling the N word that he's somehow different. No, like I said, this guy who was just on the phone, he sits there and act like he's your friend. He'll be the first one on a jury pool acquitting Derek Chauvin, acquitting all of these race soldiers for harming us. He'll sit there and justify it and then walk out here and be at a protest with you. That's what black people, you better learn the game here. Let me get my brother EJ in here. Let's get EJ in the building. What's up, EJ? EGZ. I'm good, brother. How are you, sir?
I'm doing good, man. Man, this mayonnaise creature up here, he ought to be ashamed of himself for him to only have like 2 or 3 followers. And I'm going on this dude's page. He's saying all type of n words and posting stuff about black folks of just being degenerate. It's just the same rhetoric between these folks. And
Yep.
this is a perfect lesson for you tethers that want to be under the system of white mommy and white daddy. This is an example of when you see these people within your environment saying all this type of crap, and y'all got brain damage from the bamboo stick from getting hit up by your master. This just goes to show you that y'all don't see white supremacy the same as us in America, and this is going to be a perfect example in numerous occasions that's going to still be happening around these people. Y'all ain't gonna learn until something happens to one of y'all kids, or y'all just get caught up in a situation like that ass dude who got caught up down there in Florida by getting stabbed up by the white OnlyFans chick. But this just goes to show you that we all we got, and make sure that you have your power tools on you all day, every day, and hopefully, the sisters don't be around these mayonnaise creatures without having something good on them before they can spark at them. But besides that, thank you for letting me speak, and I just go back to
My
listening.
brother, man, I appreciate you, EJ. Let's get what's your name? I like my odds.
Oh, sorry, man. I'm just soaking up the game, brother, on how to deal with these white supremacists. I just had to ask that man that George Floyd question because I already
Oh
knew.
yeah,
As soon as he got asked that, we already knew what he was gonna say.
exactly, man. They
Exactly.
old like a chair, man. Thank you, brother. Let's get Taylor Sue in here.
No, it's good to hear from you and to even that you actually give people the chance like that to talk and because you could hear right away that he didn't actually formulate his own opinion on that.
Mm-hmm.
He was going to follow a narrative that that followed that agenda. So, and it's just good to hear you speak and stuff. And
Thank
I like that you talk on these topics because it's crucial for us in our environments to know these things.
Yeah, yes, indeed. Taylor, where you from, dear?
I am from South Dakota.
Okay, you're part of the Sioux tribe out there.
Yeah,
Oh, that's cool. What's it like out there in South Dakota? I've been wanting to go out there.
it is pretty nice. Here in Sioux Falls we have a really good multicultural city here in Sioux
Mm-hmm.
Falls. So unlike a lot of the places, and actually, like I haven't gone too far and too much and stuff, but we have a good economy and um, a nice city. So
That's beautiful. I got to get out there and visit. Now,
absolutely.
did you have freedmen, or was your family on the freedmen road? How was your family connected to the Indians?
So one
Go ahead,
second.
dear.
Okay, so I have several different ties. We are part of the Mdewakanton band of Shakapees from Minnesota. So we're part of the Lower Sioux, and my family, we brought across a judgment to the United States of America, um, that gave us this our lineage as far as things that have been done. Um, well, it's the Dakota
Right.
38. So, but I am a part of the Lower Sioux tribe, and the Santee Sioux tribe. So yeah, we just kind of, it's kind of like any kind of civilization. You have your families, and that's just kind of how they get set
There
up.
it is. Okay. Oh, cool. That's what it is. But thank you so much, dear. I appreciate you. Miss Taylor.
Okay,
All right.
thank you. See you.
All right. Mr. Stevens, hop on in, Stevens.
Hey Tariq, just a update on some freedom happening in LA. You're getting some help out there. Everyone, all FBA should appreciate the ICE soldiers, and you guys should be supporting them,
Yeah, I
doing what they're
talked
doing.
about them. Yeah, what was going on.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful raids happening right now, and they're going after everyone. Everyone's catching it right now. Every group is catching it except us Americans, and it's a beautiful thing to see.
Yeah, there it is. And thank you so much, Stevens. I appreciate you. All right. Let's see who else we got. Let me see. Shout out to everybody in here. We do have a lot of folks in the building. I see the Miss Cyber Regina down there. Cyber Regina, I hope your leg is doing good. I know you said you were having some issues with your leg or your foot or something like that. I hope you're doing well. Let's get Mouse Tony. I haven't seen you in a minute, Mouse Tony. Mouse Tony, hop on in. I ain't seen your screen name in a minute, man. Mouse Tony.
You know you're gonna work for my bar, right? I'm gonna have to fly you out.
Now, where's your bar?
You'll do like 2 sessions, and then we'll just fly you out like you're a celebrity. We'll just make you like your big shit.
Now, where's your bar?
Rockford, baby.
Oh, okay. Rockford, where? I forgot where you're from.
Illinois, bitch.
Okay, your mama's the bitch, all right, and she's a mustard.
Oh wow! Now we can have some
Yes, we are. We're gonna have.
problems. You don't like Muslims?
Okay, I don't like musty meth heads in the middle of the night. That's what I don't like, and that's you.
Well, hell no.
Right.
M-
Why are you
Meth.
why are you this
Good God!
in the middle of the night?
And if you bring that in my club, you know you're gonna get fired.
Okay, you need to be somewhere doing a bubble bath, soaking the musty titties, because you sound very high and drunk right now. Okay.
Baby, I always sound like that.
Yeah, that's why you need to get your shit together. Okay. All right, get it together.
My shit is
No,
together,
it's
boo
not,
boo.
ma'am. No, no, no. Your coochie lips are hanging. It looks like a $5 foot long sandwich. All right, so get your shit together before you call up talking crazy. All right. Let me see who else we got. All right. Yeah, I don't want to hear late night meth babble. We ain't doing that. Let's get Vino. Vino in the building. Vino in the building. Where you at, Vino? Vino, I'm gonna give you 5 seconds. Then after them 5 seconds, we're gonna proceed with other people, like Old Dog. Let's get Old Dog in here. Old Dog in the building. Old Dog, if you can unmute that mic, that'd be great. All right. I'm gonna give you 5 seconds. All right. And if you can't get on, I'm going to get Lady T in the building. We'll get Lady T in the building. Old dog ain't saying nothing, so we'll get Lady T. Lady T, hop on in.
Hey,
Hey,
Tariq.
Lady T, how are you?
I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good. I just don't have too much to say. I just wanted to, you know, give you a thank you for your time and how thoroughly you um, break that knowledge down to all of us. Me being an old person,
How old are you?
huh?
How old are
Oh gosh, just say I'm past 65. How about that?
you? Are you past 70?
Well, I just wanted to say that I'm learning from you, and I appreciate you breaking down that knowledge for all those who are listening, including those from the dominant society who are sitting in on these sessions, because I think they're getting a perspective that they're not used to hearing, and it's very important for them to hear, and I think it's doing a lot of education. The last thing I want to do is give a shout out to Lexi. Thank you, Lexi, for allowing your wonderful king to be able to give of himself to the community. I mean, it's just invaluable. We don't have people doing anything like that much these days for our community. So thank you. And thank you, Tariq. And I'll land my plane. Bye.
I appreciate you, dear. That's very sweet. Lexi, give her a shout out. Say something. All right, because Lexi, see. Yeah, she's talking about you. What other Lexi she talking about? Like I got another side piece named Lexi too? What the hell is that? No. She like, who's she talking about? You. Oh goodness. Man. Yeah, it's interesting to have, some of these folks from the dominant society call up and you can kind of hear some of their rhetoric in real time and break it down in real time so we can really know their thought patterns and know how to navigate with these folks so we don't fall into their damn traps, because that's our thing. We think just because these people start talking nice that they're down for some justice. They'll sit up and act. Look, Neely Fuller said the white supremacists, they'll play both sides of the argument all day. That's a part of their treachery. They'll sit here and play both sides of the damn argument. Let me get my good brother, the legendary Dr. Randy Short, up in this piece. Dr. Randy Short, where you at, brother? Unmute your microphone, Dr. Short.
Hey, white Jesus loves you. How you doing?
How you doing, brother? You good?
Oh man, I'm real good. I love that Cosby Kid thing you sent out for that woman. I see, you see what I see.
Yes. Oh, that was so hilarious, man. Man.
Oh my God. And you know the thing that's so hurtful is I work very hard to help Sudanese immigrants, lost boys, and to see that I don't even know if that was a woman run down black women. I just
Oh
lost it.
yeah. Yeah.
If you saw, they, they had another whole thing. They're trolling. Had a little. I blocked it, but I ran that tramp,
Good.
and we just can't let people mess over our people. You know, brother, people need to really be listening to you and others. Like that mass shooting in Myrtle Beach. There's a lot of stuff going on. People need to wake up, start paying attention. A race soldier shot 11 people Memorial Day weekend and not talking about it.
Wow.
I mean, saw the illegals, 6 or 7 of them killed the black mother in South Carolina, same state. Nobody's screaming about that. And I don't see her getting no Cash App or GoFundMe. We gotta come on. We gotta stand tall. So, but I'm so proud of you, you know. And I gotta give you my FBA horror story
Well,
to why we need delineation. I think there are 2 things I'm gonna give you. It's happened within 2 months that 2 different tethers have done something horrific to my mother. And my mother loved everybody. My mother's helped women from the Congo. I love people. My mother's a delightful person.
Mm-hmm.
And the nurse in the hospital, she was from Liberia. And I'll put a picture of the broad up. This broad tried to accuse my mother, who has stage 3 cancer, of being a hypochondriac.
Oh, wow.
Can you imagine that? Right? I had to go in and report her. By the way, she has skin lightening cream and everything, blonde extension, corn rolls and such. And then to top that off, she asked for a urine sample after my mother gave her urine sample. And I says, what is this for, personal use? I'm just asking.
Lord.
And yeah, because they're still kids. They'll probably make some juju stuff to kill my mother. And it turns out this lady expected my mother to pee in a little teeny tiny urine sample cup instead of putting a hat in the toilet to collect it properly. And I had to go to the head nurse and hold up the cup and say, my mother, I'm not a good shot. I don't know how I'd make out. How's my mother supposed to, use this? I says, maybe your nurse knows some African, yoga or something to help my mother's aim to get in this cup. But, this is how y'all get down at Johns Hopkins Hospital? So we had to deal with that, had to embarrass, and that stud was so mad, she was going to act like my mother didn't need the IV taken out of her arm before she left the hospital. I had to embarrass him.
Wow.
That's her. That's then, within the last 2 weeks, anybody who's got an older family member, do not let them give them morphine unless you expect them to die. It causes super constipation. They nearly killed my mother with morphine. These people somehow had morphine in her medication. She wasn't taking it. And this Nigerian trick started forcing my mother to take this morphine that made her sick again. I learned this only after watching one of my best friend's mother die like a week and a half ago, to find out that someone's about to kill my mom. So I confronted the broad Wednesday this past week and asked her, please don't give this to my mother. This rude tether caught an attitude and told me what the protocol was. Instead of my mother being in bed, not being able to move. So I had to say to her, I get you. Well, what you need to get about me is the head of Homeland Security is in my circle of friends. I'll bring your whole damn house down if I'm not understood. I mean, you talk about that big culprit 7-Eleven, she must have had 3 of them. Her whole attitude changed once she started thinking about having to eat fufu and bushmeat. All of a sudden, she understood, I really don't want my mother to have this. But this brought, and people have to understand, it's called a package. They are killing Black seniors all over the DMV. They've literally murdered them. I've sent you the stuff, Tariq. Yeah. African nurses are murdering Black American patients, and some of them are Caribbean. And I don't hate nobody. I'm not mad. My cardiologist is Nigerian. He's a good guy. But some of these cruddy people hate us. They pick the most dangerous drugs, they don't care. And if you have them, they will draw blood from you every hour on the hour when they're not supposed to. I've had them try to take your blood glucose, but when someone just did it 15 minutes before, so they don't have to do it later, so they can sit on their phone and talk. We need to delineate, and we need our own doctors and nurses. We need our own everything, and we better delineate or we're going to die. What you say, Brother Tariq?
And hey, this is why we're delineating. Thank you for the call, brother. This is why the delineation movement is in full swing, because I've been hearing horror stories about what's going on in these medical facilities. I've been hearing a lot of horror stories. So that's something that's very legit. All right, should we get one more good one in here? Should we get one more call, fam? Y'all raise your hand. Let's get one more. And again, round of applause to our good brother. Good call, ladies and gentlemen. One more good call. before we wrap it up, let's get Christian. Let's get Christian in here. Christian in here. What's up?
Yo,
What's up, Chris?
I guess I'm the. What's up, bro? I guess I'm the lucky one.
How you living, brother? What's going on with you?
I'm doing good. I just got I got a story time. I just got done cutting this Pan African. This dude. Uh, I tried to pinpoint this dude. This dude all over the damn place. This dude. Family, we gotta watch out for this. This dude literally said, if you're from the West Coast or from the Midwest, you are not a foundational Black American. And he was a Black American saying this.
What's the
He
logic in
said,
that? Yeah.
his logic was, and I cut him so bad. His logic was, the French owned the Louisianas and the Spanish owned California. It was sooner became the Mexican Empire. And he was saying that, oh no, it was just 13 colonies and we were ruled by Anglo Saxons. And this dude literally said chattel slavery never happened on the West Coast. I'm like, dude, you know that the British expanded West Coast. And that's why I finally got to pinpoint him. I'm like, bro, when did chattel slavery ended? The dude said the early 1900s. I said bet.
Oh,
I literally yeah, I literally broke it down. How the British literally essentially bullied Mexico and took their land and brought it technically, and how Napoleon, after he got his ass kicked by after his troops got their asses kicked by Haiti, he didn't have no interest in the New World, and he sold his land. And yeah, I basically sliced and diced them. But we gotta, us as FBAs, we gotta watch out for this, because I've been noticing this, Caribbeans and Africans trying to do this. They've been trying to divide us state by state, city by city, which is weird. I don't get how you can do that.
right.
But yeah. I
Well, hold
tapped in
on. The
fast.
dude you were talking to, because when dudes talk like this, either they're secret tethers or they're dating one. Who's he dating?
I don't know.
Yeah,
He's I
yeah. When
don't
they
know.
start talking dumb like that, just these
Yes.
that the
He
he's
go
yeah,
ahead.
yeah, your phone connection's a little janky, but yeah, that sounds like a dude who's dating some foreign chick or something. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Yeah, the California, there was already a bunch of black natives in California, majorly. You go look at some old images of the damn Mojave Indians. They black as hell. The Ohlone Indians, black as hell. A lot of these Indians out here, the natives, the Aboriginal people were very, very black. That's one. And you had hell, this the state is named after Queen Califia. That's a black woman, a mythological black queen, because of the myths of the black people who lived out there that the Moors were telling them about. Dude, and that whole thing about the Louisiana territory is the French. Dude, there was still black people here. Why do you think they have the Mardi Gras Indians, the black folks who are the Mardi Gras Indians down there in New Orleans? Go look up some of the Mississippi Indians and how black they look. There's old paintings of them. Come on, some of that stuff can just be debunked so damn easily. But I digress, ladies and gentlemen. Hell, you want some more knowledge? Go get the book Hidden Heroes from A to Z. Get the book Hidden Heroes from A to Z. You get that at hiddenhistorymuseum.com. Y'all need to get my book, Foundational Black American Race Baiter. That's a very good book. If you don't have it, y'all need that. That's mandatory in your repertoire. You get that at officialfba.com. Officialfba.com. All right, and get your Rootwork deodorant at rootworkstyle.com. All right. I'm up out of here, guys. Y'all have a good one. Papi Akute, Lola Vuve to the family. Peace.
Slide on that root work. Slide on that root work. Slide on that root work. Slide on that